So let me now get back to asking what tea you are drinking now. I could see that you are drinking. If you could tell a little bit about the tea or something which is your favorite tea that you cannot live without.
You know, the tea that I love most is from Golaghat. There's
Okay.
a garden called Borja. And how I like that tea, my grandfather had a staff member called Nilo. And Nilo was from Borja. So he used to, I don't know, steal or bring or part of his ration, bring this tea. And we were not allowed to drink tea when we were young. And then started stealing this tea, and Nilo used to give us tea with my grandmother. And you know, somehow that smell remained. It had that distinctive smell of an apple cider when it was without milk. And that smell remained in my mind. And if you go into a tea garden factory, you get that smell of cider almost.
Yes.
I'm calling it cider for lack of any other sort of name for that kind of smell. And basically, I call it tea with a cider company. And if I go to an apple plant and all that, I call it that smells like tea. So I think I basically was very enthused and thrilled by Borja. Many years later, meaning not that I had any special tea, I married my wife Radhika, whose father was also in tea. So they've lived 40-45 years in tea. So she had a special distinctive taste and I got used to it. I have 2 cups of tea anymore by habit. I can do without tea. And then later on, when I became involved with Amalgamated, I was so thrilled to have Borja tea that my mother was actually even thrilled because she liked it. So today, at least I try and get it. But as we speak with this COVID-19, I think we have no tea. We are thinking of buying Tequila tea or buying red label. So we are now.
You do not have any tea at home. Tea leaves.
We have tea, but we are. Meaning for the last 40 days or 50 days we are on lockdown. So we didn't know. We live in Bombay, so I think it was difficult. But my favorite tea is from the Golaghat district. I like it because I like the orange pico tea, and I love the pungency, and I love that cider-like smell. You don't go. What do you call it?
The astringency of the tea that comes from orange pico. Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah, great. You were mentioning about a recipe book you have. So would you like to share one of the recipes, perhaps one very unique recipe?
We have a recipe book and it covers the following. I must read it out because I have it all written. This was authored by a lady called Shubhra Banerjee. So I must give her full credit. And we're wanting to publish it soon. It calls How Do You Use Tea Leaves for Food? It's tea. How do you serve tea hot and cold? How do you use non-alcoholic beverages and tea? How do you make tea meals with vegetarian and non-vegetarian? How do you make tea-based desserts? How do you make diet recipes out of tea? How do you do tea for healthy life? And how do you do alcohol and tea? So this is the plethora that is going into this book. And I'll send you this list, I'll send you this list.
Yes, please do that. Yeah.
What is really Shubhra actually created that, and one of the favorite drinks which we created jointly was what I call the Margarita Tea Recipe. It's very heady and very nice because if you
that already sounds very tempting. Okay.
If you take the green leaf and crush it, you get that apple cidery feeling anywhere, right? So this is take 2 parts of tequila, you take 2 parts of 1 part of Cointreau, you take 1 pinch of black tea, 1 shot of black tea, condensed liquor. You take half a shot of lime, you take crackled ice, and then you sprinkle it with dalchini, and you sprinkle it with a little bit of clove, and then you shake it vigorously, and then you pour it
in a margarita shaker.
And then you put a salt ring around the glass. Then you take 2 in a bun, and then you stick it on the side instead of a lemon, and then you finish it. That's it. So I think that's one of, and I can say we can have a whole evening of various cocktails around. Tea is to celebrate, tea is to enjoy. In China, when you go, they have the pure tea, which they actually break, and they keep having it for hours, as it keeps brewing.
The pure tea, yes. Great. I think already this tea margarita is becoming my favorite. I have to try once lockdowns are over. I get my hand on some tequila.
Definitely.
All right.
Tell me how it is. But it'd be nice if we had it together.
Wonderful. Great. Now, something little more interesting, tea and cricket. These are two Indian obsessions, and you are associated with both, right? I was reading today that I was reading somewhere in the newspaper that Sunil Gavaskar has made a recommendation that T20 World Cup, which was supposed to be held this year in Australia, be moved from Australia to India because they are not allowing any non-Australian to visit Australia this year. So if that happens, if India is ready to hold something like that, it happens sometimes in September, October, what would happen to IPL? Will IPL happen?
See, there are two things. Firstly, I think the most important thing happening in India today and the world is this virus. I think everybody's mind should be focused on the virus while actually talking about the possibilities of IPL and cricket. So I think my first focus and energy would be to actually think of when this entire sort of disease, if I may call it, gets at least wound down so that we have the control in some kind of reason. There are people threatened and there are people dying. So to me, to actually talk about a fanciful idea of just cricket, meaning right now, having said that, I would like to talk about cricket, and I'll tell you why. Because cricket is good health. The healthier the people, the lesser the chances of the virus. And therefore, good health must be promoted alongside with any kind of challenges that we have. I think if there was cricket right now and everybody's TV was on to cricket, it's not just a celebration. Cricket is also about good health and good bodies and good food and everything else around it. So I don't think people should be upset. But that is an individual choice and that's a government choice and that's the BCCI choice. Will IPL happen? It will definitely happen. It will happen any time from August right through to next year June. So there may be two IPLs actually. I don't know why people are talking about one IPL. So I'm quite surprised. There may be two IPLs so that you buy one and get one free almost. The reality is that all the IPL that we play, we must actually decide to give a certain percentage, if not a greater percentage, of the funds for any of the victims that have been challenged by this, along with where government has not been able to, like the refugees, like the people who are not home, etc. But the government has done a fantastic job so far. Given that nobody in the world knows what there is, the government is doing a job in almost every element that they are actually putting their hands in. Meaning somebody can always say, can you do it better? Maybe. But they, at being at the helm of affairs, are doing the best of what they can. Every government and every state government is doing that, including the central government with variations, So I think the IPL could and should be held only when we have a decision on the entire conflict that's going on. I have no idea how the coronavirus situation, without actually knowing the end of it or without knowing it's gone down, how you can have the emotional support for that, or the governmental support or BCCI support will not be seen as doing good, even though it is doing good because it's for good. So I think somewhere down the line, that is that issue. But tea, I think tea is a beverage which must be promoted in India. And tea should be actually promoted because it's a healthy drink. So tea and cricket, tea and cold cricket, tea and warm cricket, tea and hot cricket, all of it actually goes. So I think it's a question of how you manage this whole situation. And I think, meaning it would be great if tea were made even more compulsory within these games to actually drink. You don't need to drink only aerated drinks. Of course, aerated drinks are part of fashion and fun and also healthy. I'm not suggesting they're not. I believe that tea would be a fantastic go with it, along with water and any other drinks. And cricket in the house, tea and cricket in the evening, tea and cricket in the field, tea and cricket are just made for each other.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a fantastic idea. I think I look forward to seeing Indian tea sponsoring IPL someday. That would be great. Yeah. Okay, so this is the last segment. I'm calling it the 5 questions for you. So these are very it's not rapid fire, but it's like very small answers. You give one word answer or one line answer. So ready?
Yeah.
All right. Number one. No, these are very easy. Number one. If not tea, then what?
Coffee.
Coffee. Okay. Next question. Cricket in India is?
Religion.
Religion. Yeah. Nature or human?
Human is nature.
Human is nature. Okay. Great. One advice to Indians to stay positive at this time.
Indians are by nature very positive. Their entire religion has a good balance of good gods and not so good gods. So I think the whole thing is that it's balanced very well. And our best religion for India is to look out into nature and see how beautiful it is at the time of this entire coronavirus. There are blue skies, there are more birds, there are greener trees. I think people should just enjoy nature, breathe nature, and actually just look at the beauty that we have in India.
Great, wonderful. One mantra in life that you live by.
One
mantra in life that you live by.
I didn't get the question, sorry.
One mantra in life mantra that you follow.
One life mantra.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it is not. There are many mantras I follow, but one is I think humility and compassion.
Yeah, I could guess that. Okay. Wonderful. Great. So that kind of brings us to the end of the talk. Thank you once again for your time. I'm sure that the Indian tea industry will take inspiration from your vision. The cricket lovers in India will sleep tonight a little better. And the tea lovers out there will have something to share with the tea tequila. Right? So, pleasure talking to you and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. It's been such an interesting exercise. And I'm really humbled by your knowledge and by your spirit of positivity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.